Celebrities, business owners, and other notables. KBLA Talk 1580 will host Mayor-elect Bass on the main stage at 11 a.m. as we reflect on the importance of this moment and what it means for the Black community, women, and all Angelinos who believe in the limitless potential of our amazing city. We look forward to celebrating with Mayor-elect Karen Bass and you, Saturday, December 10th, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the intersection of Lemert and Vernon.
It's a celebration.
This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
We gon' celebrate your party with you. Come on, come on now.
We've got a lot to talk about.
Don't talk. Just listen.
Listening is life-changing. As words become increasingly weaponized and politicized in our community and in our country, sometimes it's easier not to listen. But charitable listening is an act of generosity, a sign of respect.
Just listen.
When we listen actively, we surrender our own assumptions and notions to make space for the ideas of another. In times of turmoil,
just listen.
Listening is the only way forward. Thank you for listening to KBLA Talk 1580. Talk 1580. Talk 1580. Talk 1580.
Listen.
Come and talk to me. I really want to meet you, girl. I really want to know your name. Oh, come and talk to me. I really want to meet you, girl. I really want to know your name. Oh, yeah. You look so sexy. You really turn me on, blow my mind every time I see your face, girl. You look so sexy. You really turn me on, blow my mind every time I see your face, girl. I've been watching you for so very long, trying to get my nerve built up to be so strong. I really want to meet you, but I'm kind of scared, 'cause you're the kind of lady with so much class. I get my thoughts together for the very next day, but when I see you, lady, I forget what you said. Your eyes and hair, such a beautiful tone. The way you dress and walk, it really turned me on. Yeah. Ooh, you really turned me on. Come on, come on, come on now. Come and talk to me. I really wanna meet you. Can I talk to you?
KBLA Talk 1580. You know, this is the time of day, the time of the week when we do a thing called Wealth Building Wednesday. And I want to take a moment in the spirit of Wealth Building Wednesday to talk to you about Black Xmas. Black Xmas is encompassing Christmas, Kwanzaa, whatever you're celebrating, whatever your festive tradition is that involves gift giving. And this is where we recycle our dollars by buying from verified Black-owned businesses. You can find the list of these businesses at BLMLA, Black Lives Matter Los Angeles website. They're also on the BLM Los Angeles Instagram. This is a really important initiative because it encourages us to buy Black and recycle Black dollars, keeping the money in our community longer. The African American community has a tremendous buying power. The impact of us as consumers is huge. But one setback in that equation is that we recycle our dollars less than anybody else. Dollars stay in our community, I think it's under 2 hours, whereas in other communities they can recycle for up to a week. So one way we change that is by buying Black And it has to be verified Black-owned. No, you're not going to be able to buy every single thing, but you can buy a lot of things. And especially if you're doing gift giving, I would encourage you to get involved with Black Xmas and look at how you can recycle Black dollars. And there are a number of other sites that feature Black-owned businesses, and we try to feature Black-owned and women-owned, small businesses, local businesses, socially innovative businesses, meaning those that have as part of their mission statement a conscious component, something that they give back to the community that's built into their corporate governance, right? Like something like a Tom's Shoes, where every time you buy a pair of shoes, they give a pair of shoes to the homeless, and that kind of thing. There are many businesses that have that kind of a corporate mandate. And so those are the ones we want to uplift. But right now at this time of year, it's a perfect time to focus on Black Xmas. Find out more at Black Lives Matter Los Angeles website. Find out more at BLM Los Angeles on Instagram, where you can shop Black. And you can also do your own freestyle version of it. You can say, well, I know KBLA is Black owned, so I'm looking for some commercials I'll buy there. You know what I mean? I know that most of the businesses in Leimert Park or Black owned, so I'll go ahead and walk around down there and shop, or go up on Slauson. There's a whole row of businesses up there, near Simply Wholesome that are Black owned, or go to West Adams. There's a whole row of businesses there, and be conscious about spending our dollars with small businesses that are verifiably Black owned. That's Black Xmas. And I just want to highlight that during this Wealth Building Wednesday on KBLA Talk 1580.
More of First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward.
Three-time WNBA champions, the Los Angeles Sparks, jump into their 27th season this summer with the most games ever in league history. Every seat in crypto is an incredible ticket into an experience of world-class professional basketball, jam-packed with in-game entertainment. Now is the time to get ahead of the holidays. Don't be the person grabbing a gas station gift card. Impress your fam and friends with an unforgettable experience. Secure your seats now at lasparks.com/tickets.
California has millions of homes that could be damaged in a strong earthquake, and earthquakes are inevitable in the Golden State. An older home is especially vulnerable to earthquake damage, so you may need to take steps to strengthen it and help reduce the chance of damage. Visit strengthenmyhouse.com to learn about better protecting your home from earthquake damage. The work may cost less than you think and can often be completed in a few days. You've worked hard to get a home. Now's the time to protect it. Get prepared today so you can worry less tomorrow. Visit strengthenmyhouse.com.
Where can you smell fresh pine from the curbside pickup line? Lowe's, actually. Explore the holiday fun and check off every gift on your list during Winterfest at Lowe's, where you can save $100 on a Blackstone 30-inch flat-top grill, now $299. Or your choice of a DeWalt 20-volt Max brushless drill kit or Impact driver kit for just $99. Experience all of the festivities of Winterfest now, only at Lowe's, home to any possibility. Offer valid through 12/21 while supplies last.
The Venture X card from Capital One gives you more of what you love, like premium travel benefits and access to Taylor Swift tickets. Oh, I do love her. Earn 5 times miles on flights and 10 times miles on hotels through Capital One Travel.
Enjoy your stay in Suite 13.
Whoa, 13? That's Taylor's lucky number. Plus, get access to Taylor Swift The Eras Tour, presented by Capital One. Maybe I'll see you there. The Venture X card from Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
The conversation. This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580.
The thrill of victory. The thrill of victory. The thrill of victory.
KBLA Talk 1580 wishes to congratulate Mayor-elect Karen Bass on her historic win as the first woman and only second African-American to serve as Chief Executive of the City of Los Angeles.
Congratulations, Mayor-elect Bass, and welcome back to Unapologetically Progressive KBLA Talk 1580.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for having me on the show, and this is my very first interview, and I am proud that it's here.
We are proud to have you here. What do you want to say to the listeners of KBLA Talk 1580?
I want to say thank you from just, I'm just full of the love that I felt every place I went in the community. And I just want the listeners to know that I promise you I won't disappoint you. I will be accessible. I will never forget where I'm from and understand that is my primary motivation.
Congratulations, Mayor-elect Karen Bass, holding all leaders accountable to you.
No matter who you voted for, no matter who you are or where you live, I will be a mayor for you.
We're KBLA Talk 1580. Talk 1580. Talk 1580. And we don't black down. We've got a lot to talk about. The conversation continues right now with Dominique DiPrima on First Things First.
It does, and I encourage you to call in always, 800-920-1580, 800-920-1580. That's the number, no matter what's on your mind. I'm sure anything like me, you're celebrating Georgia. You're celebrating the work that folks did, a lot of them people of color, mostly black people, but look, the Asian voters surge, all of that surge to bring a victory for Senator Warnock, who will now be in the Senate for the next 6 years doing that job. A black senator is not a common thing to begin with, and it gives the Democrats that extra seat, which will take away some of the veto power of Joe Manchin and Kristen Sinema, and will make things a little bit smoother in the Senate for governing. Now, of course, we don't have the House of Representatives, so that means we're not going to be able to move this legislation like we would like to, but it is a huge victory, and it is another testament to the power of grassroots organizing, the power of uniting and coalition building. Let's go to Dwight, calling us from the city of Compton. Hi, Dwight.
Good morning. Good morning, Hotep. Good morning, all the KBLA listeners, and I'd like to thank you, Dominique, Miles, Tavis, and all the hosts there for keeping us informed. And I'd like to congratulate Senator Warnock on his victory. I'd like to also congratulate Karen Bass on her becoming our mayor. And I'd like to thank all the voters out there. Thank you, and all the people that donated money and volunteered. Thank you, Dominique, for keeping us informed on what's going on. And basically, that's all I want to just thank everyone for doing their part. And now we have to also stay in touch with these representatives and our mayor and let them know what problems you're having. Thank them for resolving problems. Make them aware of some things that they may not even be aware of. So we got to continue to do our part. It's like we're sitting in the restaurant. I'm sorry. And we looking at the menu. Okay, we in there. Now we got to give them our order. Tell them what things we want, what things didn't come out right, what things you enjoyed doing. And be sure to stay in touch because this is just the beginning. And just being a voter, being a good citizen, just make it a part of our daily lives. People that aren't registered, please get registered. People that didn't vote, please vote because that's a part of just being a good citizen and fighting white supremacy. And it's a part of our country. We're just going to have to accept that because it's been like that since its beginnings, and it's going to be a part of us, and we can see it every day on TV. And we just got to do our part to fight it and realize that we can't kick back now. When we did President Obama, we got him in office, and then we didn't give him a Congress, or we didn't give him a Senate. It's like you got a quarterback, you got to have a line, you got to have running backs, you got to have receivers, you got to have a defense. You know, you can't just get one person in there and think he's going to do everything because they're going to come at Karen Bass. They're going to come at Senator Warren like they always do after slavery. They gave us Reconstruction for a few years, and then they came back and gave us Jim Crow, discrimination, took the right vote, the voting rights away. So they're going to continue. They're doing that this morning. They're planning their next attack this morning, Dominique. So just realize it's going to be a part of like locking your door when you go in the house. You don't leave your door open. You don't leave your door unlocked. You don't leave your car running and you with the keys in it. So it's just going to be a part of our daily lives. So thank you, Dominique, for all you've done to keep us up on what's going on. Thank you, Dominique.
Well, I appreciate you, Dwight. And you make a great point. I love the way you said that, right? When we elect people, you said make sure they know what you want. It's because we talk about accountability and we talk about holding people's feet to the fire. We don't always do it, but we talk about it. But what we often don't look at is how can we be more proactive instead of waiting until our politicians mess up and then holding their feet to the fire, being proactive and saying, this is a priority for me. This is why we, walked precincts. This is why we gave money. This is what we're looking for from you in a more proactive approach instead of always being reactive and always being, playing defense or trying to fix a problem, being anticipatory of what we need, which we many times told them when they were running. Many times they ran on those platforms. But once you get into office, 50 million people are pulling at you with 50 million agendas. As Sherry said last hour, there's lobbyists in your ear. We got to be in the other ear. Otherwise, the lobbyists go unanswered.
Yep. So, Dominique, thank you for keeping us informed, and thank Tavis for this wonderful radio station and giving our community a voice.
Yeah, I will. I'm pretty sure he is in his office, and he probably heard you thank him, but I'll thank him too. I think it's important, and I love the way you said that. It's a menu. We are the customer. We elected you. Now, what are we ordering up? And no, not what are we defending against, or we have to do that. I get that. But what are we ordering up in a sense of focusing on what we want, not what we don't want, not just in a spiritual life, but in political life as well. Let's go to Terry calling us from Los Angeles. Hi, Terry.
How you doing?
I'm
blessed. I can make 3 quick comments.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, congratulations to Warnock. I wish instead of Herschel Walker, I wish we could have got Tim Scott or Lola Vasquez. I wish she was a Republican to address the real issue. She's great. And for Joe Biden, please, praise God, I hope he run for president because he's the worst president we ever had, and I'm pretty sure us Republicans beat him. And as for Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, the reason why he probably don't give her much coverage because he gave her a task, the border. She won't address that whatsoever, so maybe that's why they don't show her on the news or whatever. I don't know.
What do you mean she hasn't addressed it? She's traveled to Latin America. She's met with leaders there.
She never even been to the border not one time.
That's an old talking point which you need to update. And also, Terry, here's the thing. You have our problems at the border. Our problems with our immigration policy predate the Biden administration by decades, by president after president. So to expect Kamala Harris to wave a magic wand and fix it in, 2 years is really, I'm glad you think so highly of her, but it's also really ridiculous that you expect Kamala Harris, the vice president, to fix immigration policy in the United States, which has been broken for, 100 years or more. And you want her to use her black girl magic to fix it in a year or 6 months? That's ridiculous. I mean, it'd be nice, but it's ridiculous.
Maybe. I'm just saying maybe that's why they don't give her much coverage because she had a task, and maybe if she came back with the report to Joe Biden, he's not going to do nothing anyway. So maybe.
Okay, let me ask you this: on what basis do you say that Joe Biden is the worst president ever. I mean, he passed a bipartisan infrastructure package, which is going to fix the water and power infrastructure across most of this country so people don't freeze to death during the winter like we saw in Texas, or have to go without water like we've seen in Jackson and numerous other places, Flint. He has passed the American Rescue Plan, which was able to bail out tons of small businesses, keep families out of bankruptcy. They did an excellent job in getting the vaccines and protective equipment distributed and digging us out of the mess that we were in with COVID, because we had a president who had ignored it and minimized it for most of his term and advised us to inject bleach. On what basis do you say he's actually held on to the Congress, not the House, but by a slim, only lost the House by a slim margin, which is a victory unto itself, and increased his lead in the Senate with every Democratic senator holding their seat? I mean, those are metrics of a very successful presidency. So I don't see on what basis you can call him the worst president ever.
This guy Warnock gonna vote with Joe Biden 99% of the time. Nothing not gonna get done. Look at the guy record. Since he got in office for the past 2 years, ain't nothing he done was right. He lied every time he take a press conference, which he won't take a press conference anyway.
I just gave you a list of things that he has done that have been very successful, and you're just saying he hasn't gotten anything done, but you don't address any of the things I just said. The American Rescue Package is a huge legislative achievement. That is something that most presidents would be happy with, only doing that. Then he's done the so-called bipartisan infrastructure package. I call it so-called because there was only 1.5 Republicans involved. He managed to get that passed. That's a huge deal. Every week was infrastructure week when Trump was president, and yet he never passed a bill. For all his popularity and ability to manipulate the media and persuasiveness and, flamboyance, he was never able to pass an infrastructure package. Joe Biden did it, and he's only halfway through his term. He's held on to the Senate. How is that a terrible president? It is a president, and he wasn't my first choice, but it is a president who is using his experience, his vast experience as a lawmaker, to the advantage of the American people. And if you're going to elect, an elder as president, that's exactly what you want them to do.
Yeah, but I don't know. I hope he run. I praise the God he run.
Okay. Terry, sometimes I just need more facts. And who's Lola Vasquez, by the way?
What's her name?
Not Lola
she's
Vasquez.
From California. Wait, what's her? Lola something.
Oh, you're talking about Lola Smallwood Cuevas?
Her right there. She'll make a good Republican.
She is one of the founders of the Black Worker Center, and she's pretty progressive. I think she's probably one of the last people I would think of turning Republican.
And I wish we would have got Herschel Walker.
Why is it? You wish Herschel Walker would have won?
Wish we wouldn't have had him. I wish she would have turned Republican, or Tim Scott.
But Tim Scott already has a job.
Anyway.
He's a senator. Why would he downgrade to being, he's already a senator. So, and he doesn't live in Georgia. You have to live where at least for some short amount of time, like Herschel Walker did. So, so you don't like Herschel Walker. Are you one of those folks that thinks he makes black people look bad?
Kind of. Even though I'm a Republican myself, yeah, I do.
Because
I think Tim Scott would be a great representation.
But he's already representing. Tim Scott has a job. So you're saying that there's only one black Republican that is qualified to be a senator? I might agree with you on that. But surely the Republican Party could do better than Herschel Walker.
We sure could. I wish Lola, whoever was.
Why is it that you're obsessed with Lola Smallwood Cuevas? Is it because she's pretty? I mean, what is it about her that you love so much?
I've never seen her picture before, but one day I heard her on your show, and she topped on all the issues. Everything she said is correct. Like she's a good politician.
Okay, so the real story is that you need to come on over to the Democratic side. We have cake.
Why? Democrats, they vote for everything that's wrong. Whether you in the right or the wrong, the Democrats still going to vote with you. They go.
You call me and you say all these talking points that you've heard on Fox or Newsmax or wherever you hear them, and then you repeat them. But then when you listen to an actual progressive Democrat, a black woman in Lola Smallwood Cuevas, and you actually listen to what a black progressive Democrat is saying, you agree with it and you wish she was a Republican. But if she was a Republican, she wouldn't be saying the things that she said that made sense to you. So what I'm telling you is I would like for you to listen to more lawmakers on this show, on Tavis Smiley's show, on Danny Morrison's show, all day long on KBLA, and make your judgment based on what people are saying and doing rather than what you're hearing repackaged as a talking point on cable news. We're going to do our Wealth Building Wednesday because, hey, we're in the spirit of giving, and we're taking your phone calls when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
This is KBLA Talk 1580, where truth prevails.
The tricky station is down the dial.
Good morning, I'm Ray Harris, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network.
The best thing I've ever done in my whole entire life.
Georgia Republican Herschel Walker's urging his supporters to keep believing in the Constitution. Speaking after he lost to incumbent Democrat Senator Raphael Warnock in Georgia's runoff election. The Black Information Network's news team followed and reported on the election all night as the votes were counted in the Peach State. Warnock's victory gives Democrats a 51-seat majority. The annual defense fund bill that includes the repeal of the military's COVID-19 vaccine mandate could be voted on as soon as tomorrow. House Democrats agreed to include language repealing the vaccine mandate for service members 1 year after it took effect in response to the pandemic that killed more than 1 million Americans. And that's the latest. I'm Ray Harris on the Black Information Network.
Dell's Days of Deals start now with savings on select XPS laptops and Alienware PCs powered by 12th Gen Intel Core processors, plus savings on accessories and free shipping. Call 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
Cleveland beat the Lakers by 14 to snap the Lakers' 3-game winning streak. The Cavs got a break when Anthony Davis left the game late in the first quarter with flu symptoms and did not return. Donovan Mitchell scored 17 of his 43 points in the fourth quarter to carry the Cavs. LeBron had 21 points and a season-high 17 rebounds. The Clippers are in Orlando tonight. The Rams were the only NFL team to claim quarterback Baker Mayfield off waivers. Mayfield was cut by Carolina on Monday. Mayfield has struggled since coming into the league as the number 1 pick in the 2018 draft. The Rams hope he can learn enough of the offense to play a few snaps Thursday night against the Raiders. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. This sports report was brought to you by MVP Accident Attorneys. When it comes to your settlement, we're a slam dunk. Call 833-MVP-WINS or check their website at themvp.com for a free case review.
When you're the victim of a car accident, hiring the right law firm can be the difference between a rewarding settlement and striking out. Call the pros at MVP Accident Attorneys at 833-MVP-WINS for your free consultation.
Call on me, your MVP.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580.
Congratulations to Trinity Unlimited Childcare for being KBLA Talk 1580's Office of the Week. Into your business today in the KBLA app or KBLA1580.com for the Office of the Week. Congratulations to Trinity Unlimited Childcare.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
Hi, Maisha Cairo here, KBLA, live at Chase Bank on Crenshaw and Vernon for the In This Together tour with female business owners, a day of empowerment, community panels, and best of all, tips on building business from marketing to capital. I was able to speak with Kate Luzio, former banking executive and now owner of Luminary, who partnered with Chase for this tour. She makes it her business to build community for business owners.
Yes, so I was a banker for 20 years before I decided to become an entrepreneur. 7 of those years were actually at JP Morgan Chase. One of the biggest things that I had going into my entrepreneurial journey was a big background in banking.
So what advice are you giving business owners looking for financial backing today?
So Chase brings in so much knowledge and the opportunity to understand what financial tools are out there for business owners to build, grow, and scale their business. A lot of business owners will say, well, I need to get a loan immediately. Well, you wouldn't just lend money to your friend if you didn't know why they needed it. I tell every business owner, you need a business plan, you need financial projections, you need a banker. Because you have to start building a relationship with a banker so that they get comfortable with how you're going to build that business and so that they can eventually support you in different ways.
Makes sense. So visit the Chase Community Center on Crenshaw and Vernon. Meet a banker today. Tell them about your business. I'm Aisha Cairo in the community for KBLA with JP Morgan Chase.
Over 100 million people around the world have felt the thrill of Broadway's most spectacular musical, Disney's The Lion King. And now you can too. Experience this breathtaking theatrical event and see why the New York Times declares there is simply nothing else like it.
Give the gift that roars at the Pantages Theater, February 2nd through March 26th. Visit BroadwayInHollywood.com.
Shoot Your Shot SoCal, a self-service photo booth, perfect for all types of events, birthdays, concerts, festivals, weddings, and more. Send images and videos instantly via email and enhance guest experience. Contact Shoot Your Shot on Instagram. They serve Inland Empire, Los Angeles, and Orange County with friendly and reliable staff. We will see you at the next corporate event, taking still photos and boomerangs with Shoot Your Shot SoCal. Go to Instagram today and book your Shoot Your Shot Cal event.
Find a righteous rage and don't be afraid to say what you see. We're KBLA Talk 1580.
In the Ferrari or Jaguar, switching 4 lanes with the top down, screaming out, money ain't a thing.
Bubble hard in the double law, flashing the rings with the window crack, holla back, money ain't a thing.
Jigga, I don't like it if it don't gleam, in the hell with the price, but the money ain't a thing.
Put it down hard for my dogs that's locked in the bang. When you hit the bricks, new whips, money ain't a thing. Come on.
Yeah, I want to floss with us.
Welcome to Wealth Building Wednesdays, where we center Black, women, and BIPOC-owned businesses. Highlight opportunities and initiatives for underrepresented entrepreneurs and center socially innovative enterprises, building generational prosperity, fostering real networking, and recycling Black dollars. It's Wealth Building Wednesdays on KBLA Talk 1580.
And I'm so pleased to welcome into our Wealth Building Wednesday Spotlight a Black business owner from right here in Los Angeles. Her shop is called Cultural Interiors. They have specialty items from talented artists and craftspersons from the United States and all over the world. High quality, exquisite items. They have special items that have character and prestige for your living spaces, interior and exterior. She is right there on that Slauson corridor that we were talking about earlier. She's the owner of Cultural Interiors. Gail Hawkins, welcome.
Thank you. Welcome to you too. Good morning.
Good morning. You guys actually have a name for that corridor, but I always forget what it is.
We call it the Windsor Hills View Park Shopping on the Hill.
Windsor Hills View Park Shopping on the Hill. Sounds very fancy, and it is very fancy.
Yes, it is.
I mean, and you had a whole corporate life, business life prior to or simultaneous to Cultural Interiors. But tell me about that decision. I'm going to open a little specialty shop full of beautiful things in my own community.
Mm-hmm. Well, I actually just retired. I worked for Kaiser as a physician assistant in pediatrics, but I've always had this love of like decorating and bringing things from different cultures into my home. And I had an opportunity to open a small shop back in about 1999, right there on Slauson, and it sort of opened my eyes to all the different things that were available from around the world. I love when people can bring in different cultures and blend them together, especially things like from Africa and Asia and Latin America. So when we decided to do that, that's what we did.
So, I mean, but you were working full time that whole time, but you still opened a shop.
Yes.
Wow, you got
That was
energy.
crazy.
You have energy, Miss Hawkins. I'm not mad at that.
Yes, and with 2 kids and marriage, it was a bit tough.
Yeah, but you've prevailed. I mean, you're still there,
Yeah.
and actually, I feel like it's more beautiful than ever.
Well, thank you. We've had to move locations a couple of times, but we finally settled in the spot that we're at right now, which is larger than any of the other spots that we had. And, it was a struggle. It wasn't easy. The economy, whenever the economy gets bad, it's hard for people to spend that extra income, on things like gifts and things like that, and for their home. So it is tough. It's not an easy business to run.
And I know that, we talked about this last time I was in the store, that for a lot of businesses like yours, small businesses, you rely on the holiday shopping season to power through the thinner months.
Yes, that's definitely true. November, December, October to November, December are usually the months that's where we get the most of our income. So that helps us through the January, February month when things are a bit slow. We are a gift store, so we do rely on people coming in to get things for, their birthdays, anniversaries, or just because. But definitely trying to get through December is we make the most of our money, and it helps us kind of get through the rest of the beginning of the year.
If you haven't been to Cultural Interiors, it's at 4421 West Slauson in Los Angeles. It's 90043, 4421 West Slauson. It is just a gem. If you haven't been in there, go in there. If you don't, if you're not sure, you can just go and get me something. I love everything in the whole store. You don't have anyone to buy for, just get me something. I'm so wrong for saying that. But no, I mean, you really do have if you're trying to shop for someone that's hard to buy for, or somebody that's kind of, quirky, or someone that's fancy, that's a great place to go, because you have very unique things that you're not going to find everywhere else.
Thank you. Yeah, we do. We have things from the Caribbean, from West Africa, Japan, Mexico, South America. Like I said, we blend a lot of things together, and I'm always looking for something that's different and unique. We also support a lot of local artists. We have, in fact, we just have one young lady who is a candle maker who I just brought in, and she came in one day and she said, "Hey, Gail, I make candles. How would you like to have some of my candles in your store?" And I was like, "Okay, bring me some samples." And she brought the samples. I said, "Great. These smell so great. And let's look at the price points. They're reasonable price points." I said, "Okay, give me your line sheet." And she goes, "What?" I said, "Give me your line sheet. I need to know what, give me the name of all your candles." She goes, so that's what I love. I love when I can help somebody who's just starting out. They have a good product and they want to get started. So, she brought them in, and just last night we had someone come in and say, "We're looking for something that was made here locally for our business. We want to, have this put in our little gift bag." And they bought all her candles. And I haven't even been able to tell her yet. And she's going to be so excited to know that they bought her candles. But that's the kind of stuff I love. We have people come in who make bags out of African fabric.
Yes, I saw one that if you haven't sold it yet, I might have to go back up there and swoop on it. Oh my gosh, it was so cute. And you also have artwork. I mean, you've got like crafts, handcrafted gifts, but you also have, fine art, African art.
Yeah.
So it's like a whole range. You could get something from, a sculpture, a really fancy sculpture, all the way down to, a little plate or dish or something, inexpensive. So you've got a whole range of stuff.
Right. So that's what we do. We try to make sure that people can purchase something in their price range.
I
and
love
it's not.
that. And it
You
sounds
know.
like you're mentoring some of the vendors that sell through you, which I love. I mean, this is one of the things I've seen happening in Black businesses, Black-owned businesses all over LA. Is you know, the businesses helping other entrepreneurs.
Businesses.
Yeah, and the, you know, paying it forward is beautiful.
Right. Exactly. And I was helped, and so I'm trying to pass that on to other people who need help, who just starting out. And it gives them a little spot to get started, you know. So, and that's what I love. And I'm just, you know, I'm so excited when people come in and say, you know, I've got this product, can you help me? You know, and I just heard about, you know, your previous, there was a commercial before about, you know, learning how to do a business plan. You know, I didn't have that. So everything was kind of done just like, you know, by happenstance. But, you know, it's nice when you can help other people get that done, you know, and at least get them started.
And you've got it. Speaking of helping other people, you've got a special event this weekend with another crafts person, right?
Right. Her name is Akosawa. She comes out about 3 times a year, and she makes the most gorgeous earrings. Her and her husband, Marvin Sen, who make these leather bags and leather wallets and purses. And so they'll be here this weekend on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the store.
And what are your hours? When can we? You know, people are used to seeing Akosawa and Marvin Sin in Lamert Park. They'll be at Slauson this weekend at Cultural Interiors. What hours will they be there?
They'll be there from 10 to 6.
So that's
on
a special
Friday. Yeah.
Friday, Saturday, and also Sunday?
Sunday it'll be 12 to 5.
Okay. And so that's a special event. I was talking about Black Xmas earlier and how it's great for us to recycle Black dollars and shop at verified Black-owned stores. Cultural Interiors, you call it culturally eclectic gifts. 4421 West Slauson Boulevard is verified Black-owned. It's owned by Miss Gail, who's on the phone right now with us. And so just give us your elevator pitch. Why should we come to Cultural Interiors and how can we find out more about you?
Okay, I'll just tell you this. At Cultural Interiors, you will find exquisite gifts, exquisite items of the highest quality. And we will allow your imagination to broaden and visualize a new home with accents from the Caribbean, West Africa, Japan, Mexico, South America, China, Indonesia, or East Africa.
And they really are beautiful. I'm not just saying that. I'm not related to Gail or anything.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Gail Hawkins, we appreciate you. Wishing you the very best. I hope folks will find the gifts or special things they're looking for during the holiday season and all year round at 4421 West Slauson in Los Angeles. You're open 10 o'clock in the morning today, 10 to 7 most days, 12 to 5 on Sundays, 323-292-1500. She's also on Instagram at Cultural Interiors. Miss Hawkins, thank you so much for being with us, and best of luck to you.
Thank you for having us. We really appreciate this.
Let's do this. It's Black Xmas. It's a Wealth Building Wednesday. It's KBLA Talk 1580.
She's reclaiming her time on KBLA Talk 1580. More First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I'm asking about Prevnar 20 because there's a chance pneumococcal pneumonia could put me in the hospital.
Age 65 or older, you may be at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. The most commonly reported side effect was pain at the injection site. For additional common side effects and full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
I want to be able to keep my plans.
So I'm asking my doctor about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
Hi, this is Stevie Wonder, and nothing can stop this love. It's back. Join me at my 24th House Full of Toys benefit concert, Saturday, December 17th at the Microsoft Theater.
Please bring an unwrapped toy.
Or a gift of joy, and make this a day of giving to the young and old.
Stevie Wonder.
My 24th House Full of Toys benefit concert.
Tickets on sale now at AXS.com.
Produced by Wonder Productions and promoted by AEG.
Life is uncertain. It's okay to feel stressed, anxious, worried, or frustrated. It's normal. With CalHope's free and secure mental health resources, it's easy to get the help you and your loved ones need when you need it the most. Call our warm line at 833-317-4673 or live chat at calhope.org today.
At Cedars-Sinai, we're honored to be named the #1 hospital in California and the #2 hospital in the nation in U.S. News and World Report's Best Hospitals Honor Roll. We're also proud to be named #1 in 6 specialties in Los Angeles. Thank you to our physicians, nurses, academic leaders, and thousands of other team members who bring their best to Cedars-Sinai every day. Learn more about our top-ranked care at cedars-sinai.org.
East West Players brings you the stage play Brothers Paranormal by Prince Gomovilas, directed by Jeff Liu, November 17th through December 11th. After a nationwide increase in sightings of Asian-looking ghosts, 2 Thai brothers, one from Thailand and one from the American Midwest, struggle to launch a ghost hunting business and are called to the home of an African-American couple displaced from Hurricane Katrina. This suspenseful, humorous, compassionate exploration of the trauma of leaving home, whether crossing the country, the globe, or the other side, is a play for everyone. Get tickets now through December 11th at eastwestplayers.org. eastwestplayers.org.
The state task force is getting closer to identifying what reparations will look like in California. Maisha Cairo here with your K-Black Minute News, brought to you by CaliforniaBlackMedia.org. The California Task Force to study and develop reparation proposals for African Americans will be conducting its last meeting of 2022 on December 14th and 15th at Oakland City Hall Chambers, beginning at 9 a.m. with time for public comment. Meetings will be live streamed on the task force website or on ETM Media YouTube. Task Force Chairperson Kamala Moore says that the next meeting is of high importance and will include an in-depth conversation about redress and repair. So far, the task force has determined a conservative estimate of 2 million African Americans in California who have ancestors that were enslaved here in the U.S. They are still determining what or how much compensation should be. Let's start the conversation on social media pages at KBLA 1580.
KBLA Talk 1580 invites you to join us in celebrating the season of giving by being part of the solution. As we enjoy great food, family, warmth, and well wishes in whatever our festive tradition may be, we share the beauty of the season by reaching out to the less fortunate. Please help us to help others with the KBLA Cover the Houseless Cozy Community Coat and Blanket Drive. All you have to do is drop off new or clean, gently used winter coats and blankets in the KBLA lobby during business hours. Now through December 20th, all of the coats and blankets will be donated to unsheltered individuals and families experiencing houselessness. Simply bring your donation to 4434 Crenshaw Boulevard in Los Angeles, near Vernon Avenue, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. weekdays. That's 4434 Crenshaw in historic Leimert Park. During the holidays and every day, let's remember, we keep us safe. We keep us warm. We are the safety net, and together we can cover the unsheltered. Get caught up in the spirit of the season, the spirit of love. Make a difference with your friends at KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA Talk 1580 wishes you a happy holiday and wants to bless you with one night only. A Wonder Winter's Night presented by Stevie Wonder's House Full of Toys benefits concert. Saturday, December 17th at Microsoft Theater. Download the KBLA Talk 1580.com mobile app to enter to win a pair of tickets. This has been a community call to action brought to you by KBLA Talk 1580. We're not for everybody, but we're for everybody. You're listening to KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA Talk 1580. A lot of good things happened yesterday. It was a funky day for some of us. We had funky things happening in life. But a lot of good things happened yesterday. First of all, as you know, Herschel Walker did not become a senator yesterday. Can we just start there? Raphael Warnock is a senator. Not only is that good for him and Georgia, and we thank you, Georgia. Georgia, thank you. Did I mention thank you, Georgia? Yes, thank you, Georgia, and all the people that made that possible. This is also a big blow to the 45th president because he handpicked Herschel Walker to run. And he managed to find someone less qualified than himself, which was apparently a big effort. And that is a rebuke to him. It's a rebuke to him after a midterm election that was also problematic for the 45th president because although some of his candidates won, many did not, right? And it makes him look weak, which is good. It's good for Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, who, is probably going to run for president. But it's also good because it makes MAGA world less invincible. Makes some cracks appear in that armor, and that is good news as well. So that happened. Also, the Trump Organization has been found guilty on multiple charges of criminal tax fraud and falsifying business records. That's part of a 15-year scam that they were doing to defraud tax authorities when failing to report and pay taxes on compensation for top executives. They had a tricky way of doing that. They'd give them gifts, subtracted from their payroll, make it look like they were paying them less than they really were. And although this is not going to put the Donald himself in jail, nor any members of his family, it's still a blow to the 45th president. It's a blow to his way of doing business and his image. Not that a lot of his followers will care, but these things add up. They do add up. And the information, is transferred between different agencies that are working on cases against the former president. And making it harder and harder for him to avoid some kind of accountability, criminal or otherwise, for all of the many crimes that he has committed or encouraged. And so, hey, a lot of good things happened yesterday. A small but good thing. I found out MAC Makeup, is doing a tribute to Whitney Houston. Those of us who are little makeup aficionados love that combination of Whitney Houston and MAC, and I'll probably go. And okay, it's not verified black owned, but if it's cute, I'll make sure I spend double that, or at least match what I spend on it, with a black owned business, of which we have many to choose from. So yeah, lots and lots of good things happening yesterday. I don't even have time to lay them all out here, but we'll keep talking about them because I love to focus on what we want and remember our victories because it makes us stronger. It emboldens us moving forward against all of the setbacks that we are dealing with. Looking forward to next hour, I'll be talking with Money B of Raw Fusion, of Digital Underground. He's an iconic rap artist. He's a Bay Area legend and someone I've known for many years. I'm really looking forward to that conversation coming up next hour. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex, a.k.a. Prince Harry and Meghan, Princess of Leimert Park. She really is from around here. And they got an award yesterday in New York, the Ripple of Hope Award from the Robert F. Kennedy Human Rights Organization. Their Netflix documentary drops today. So that should be quite interesting. Even just watching the trailer and the conversation leading up to the release of that documentary, the much anticipated documentary, is putting a different light on some things. We saw the release of those documents by a security expert in former member of this security, their national security forces in UK, putting out a document showing that Meghan Markle's life was in danger. She actually was the subject of credible, frequent threats while in England, and that's one of the big reasons why they moved. So it's important because all the spin was just, they just want to go off. They're too lazy to do, their duties, or maybe, they just want to go to Hollywood and get rich. No, I think someone on Twitter pointed out that the royal family always wants to call Meghan Markle, a grifter, which she's the only self-made millionaire out of all the royals. Let that sink in. She was worth $15 million when she married that prince. Let that sink in. And so looking forward to many of these racist and really intentionally smear talking points that have been put out by the royals and their allies on Fleet Street, as they call the sleazy press in the UK. Oh, yeah. A lot of things going on this week. And did I mention? Herschel Walker is not a U.S. Senator. That alone should put a smile on your face all day long. Looking forward to our daily deep dive after news, traffic, and sports on KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
Good morning. I'm Ray Harris, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network.
The best thing I've ever done in my whole entire life.
Georgia